Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. Just going to check quickly to see if we are on. Yes, I think we are on. This is amazing. Just do a little bit of cleanup on my screen out here and be ready to get started. Okay, so to begin with, this morning, what I'm seeing is that the futures are a bit low. I'm thinking that already our rate cut for today is built in. A large portion of the market expects a rate cut. It's already priced in. So if the rate cut happens, that's not going to have any difference. It's not going to have any difference to the market or the pricing. What would probably have difference is the focus on the next rate cut. The JOLTS data could give the Fed reason to be a bit hawkish, and if they do that, then that could let the market go down because the market is always looking for free money, cheap money, and the lower the interest rate, the more it can take risks. And at this point of time, if we shift our attention to the technical, look at the S&P 500 futures that you see on your screen out here. Each candle is a one-day candle, and as we predicted, we are forming the second shoulder, and our support at 6,859 was breached and converted into a resistance. And today we want to see if we can confirm the resistance by closing below 6,844. Hey, hot dog, good morning. So if we close below 6,844, then we would have confirmed this resistance out here. And this is also to be taken along with what I spoke to you about just a few minutes ago, that the rate cut is already priced in, and the JOLTS report could create conditions for a hawkish Fed, which would mean future rate cuts which come into focus would not be looked at favorably, and therefore, along with this head and shoulder pattern forming out here on S&P 500, gives more support to my bearish thesis. And if you look at NASDAQ futures, we are having the same thing happening out here. So this is the second shoulder that is forming. The neckline of course, is at around 24,096.25, which is a significant drop from where we are right now. So if you look at that, we are looking at a drop of 5.97. And if we fall below that and if we confirm, then we are probably eyeing a correction, which wouldn't be something that you can rule out, given that price to earnings ratios are pretty high. If you recollect, earlier I had spoken about how Broadcom price to earning is significantly higher than NVIDIA's as well as Google's, and how AMD's price to earnings is much more higher than what we have for NVIDIA. So if you take those factors in mind, and the fact that Broadcom is also a $1 trillion company, if those companies start falling, it's going to be terrible. And then, of course, NVIDIA will follow suit. So it's not out of the realms of possibility that we could see a correction, but we don't know until it happens. Dollar index is slightly down 0.13%. It's trying to break through above the resistance of 99.197. And it has not been able to confirm up there. So we'll see what happens with today's candle. If today's candle ends up closing above 99.307, that is good for the dollar index. Otherwise, we are heading towards 98.157, which is the target of the double top, which has been neatly formed for us. Market sentiment is bearish, MACD is bearish, momentum is below average, so that's still on the cards. VIX is up 2.60% in this morning's trade. Three soldiers pattern is what this is called. This is a bullish pattern. We got three green candles all moving upwards. So this is showing that VIX is starting to seriously look at a resistance of 18.17 and potentially breaking through above it. So if that happens, then the stocks will go down. Gold is down 0.26%. We are on a moment of truth, and I think probably I would like to nibble a little bit on gold today, because then we have this band of resistance out here which we have not been able to break out above, and we have knocked at it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So the possibility of us breaking out above this is higher than the possibility of us getting pushed back down. So I would like to take that risk at this point of time and add to my existing gold holdings, ETF holdings, and probably go for a little bit of dollar cost averaging out here and play the risk of the upside. That's what I'm thinking. Now, put call ratio is mildly bullish to neutral, I would say, because we are tending towards 1. And with that, I would like to go and have a look at the US 10-year. And we have already breached the neckline. And if we breach the neckline of the reverse head and shoulder, we are looking at 4.41. This is another thing that adds to the bearish thesis, along with the head and shoulder patterns forming on S&P 500 and NASDAQ futures and the elevated VIX. So if you take that along with the 10-year yield on the Japanese yen, I could definitely argue that this is a bull flag in preparation, and bull flag always breaks out on the upside. And if I was to go to the USD and Japanese yen pair, I think we have a breakout from a bull flag, and we already are looking at a target of 159.973. All of this feeds into the yen unwind story. So overall, I'm thinking that, yeah, we are moving in the direction of a market downturn. And that takes me to the indicators themselves. If you look at the indicators, we are again forming the shoulder in the indicator. And if we were to look at this as a bull flag, we have a target out here of around 7031.18. But if this second shoulder starts forming, then we are back to looking at the neckline, which is most likely to be somewhere around 6556.61. That could be the neckline, or I could tilt it a little bit, and we'll work that out later on. But the first most important thing is for us to break down below the support of 6793.99. Could that happen? That's the question. And S&P 500 is already creating that shoulder shape out here. We'll see what happens when the market opens. Likewise for NASDAQ, the second shoulder is being formed, and we have been unable to break out above this band of resistance and confirm above that. We have gone up momentarily but have come back down. And this morning, QQQ indicates a negative start at minus 0.17, which means that the support out here is going to be very crucial. We are in the middle of the support, but if we break down below the support and confirm below the support by closing below 623.98, then I'm thinking that this support becomes a confirmed resistance, and our next support is going to be 613.50, and in the process we'll be forming the second shoulder. Then we are eyeing the neckline somewhere in the vicinity of 589.37. So that's the way the story could form. Now let's go on to have a look at AI and see what is happening out there. So in AI, I'm looking at NVDA, and for NVDA, I would say that even though we have a head and shoulder target of 146.58, we are trying to stage some kind of a comeback. We have converted this support, this resistance of 183.64 into a support, and we still have the opportunity to confirm that as a support by closing above 188.01. This morning we are up 0.38% in pre-market trades. Market sentiment is still bearish, but it's trying to recover. MACD has become bullish, and momentum is playing around with the just the average level. If we decisively break out above the average, then there is plenty of room on the RSI. So NVIDIA could go both ways. Let's look at Meta. Meta is down 0.97% in pre-market trades, and we have to fill this gap. When are we going to do that? That's the big question. Standing between us and the gap fill is the resistance at 676.37, and we have a support at 650.87. We are going to be bouncing between these two for the near future. When I say near future, I'm talking about the Fed coming up with its rate cut decision today, and its views about the future rate cuts. And George also is in focus. So I'm thinking that we'll have to wait until we break out above this resistance before we can get bullish. So let us see how the chart for today pans out, how the candle for today works out. Google is down 0.47%. I think at this stage, I would change this whole thing. I'll just take out all of this, and even I will take out this and see what happens with this one. Right now, I would be easily able to draw a parallel channel. And I could say that we are traveling between these two. Unless we break out, I wouldn't be able to draw the next projection. So that's where we are with Google. Amazon is up 0.25% in pre-market trades, having fallen significantly. It staged a little bit of a comeback, but it's still under the influence of this topping tail and this topping tail. And I think we'll have to see what happens with today's candle. Pre-market indicates a positive, but I think we could end up with a red candle today. And the support could be somewhere around 226.91, where it has been stopping for the last 2 days. Apple is up 0.05% in pre-market trades, maybe a bit of a consolidation. Support today is going to be 274.64. Resistance is going to be 286.57. And if we were to consider this whole thing to be a bull flag out here, this is the double bottom for which we put a target. I'm going to take that target out, and let us say we were to consider, let me take a trend line, and let us say we were to consider this. Sorry, let me remove this. I'm just trying to put a flagpole out here. If we were to take this as a bull flag, we are almost at 50% today. If we fall down further, then I can't even consider this bull flag. So let us wait and see what these patterns tell us. For now, I would say that the support is going to be at 274.76 for today. That's the best I can say for Apple. Microsoft is down 1.53% in pre-market trades. That takes it below the resistance of 486.19. Right now we are at 484.50. So I think the support is likely to be today at around 479.65 for Microsoft. Next, let's look at Tesla, which is up 0.51% in pre-market trades. It's doing a bit of a consolidation out here, but I don't see any clear bullish signs. Assuming that we had a bull flag before and we broke out, we are now looking for the next pattern. So I don't see any pattern out here. So I'll wait and watch what happens with the next flag and see if some patterns get formed. Oracle is up 0.66% in pre-market trades. It will get support today at around 219.31 and resistance around 227.90. Right now we are at 223. And then if you look at AMD, we have the reverse head and reverse cup and handle pattern. The reverse cup and handle pattern is forming, but today we are still above the support of 220.43, and yesterday I think we confirmed 220.43 as a support. So let's watch what happens out here and look for other patterns that may form, which may negate the reverse cup and handle pattern. So that's what we see in AMD. And SMCI is down 0.06% in pre-market trades. Continuously we'll get support at 34.04. And Broadcom is down 0.19% in pre-market trades. It's going to get I think a little bit of support somewhere around 398.48. I don't think I can see any resistance for it right now. So that's what I would say with regard to Broadcom. Of course, the PE is very high. Palantir is up 1.52% in pre-market trades, and you can see that we have a resistance at 189.63. So that's what we are looking at for Palantir today. SMH is up 0.03% in pre-market trades. It has got support at 363.44. It's basically facing a major resistance somewhere around, I would say, 369.51. Right now we are at 369.10. If we break above 369.51, then I would start looking for bullish patterns to come up. Right now, it seems like this resistance is something that is formidable. We have not broken it for the last 3 days. Can we do that today? And can we confirm that resistance as a support tomorrow? That's the story for SMH. Tempus AI is down 0.47%. I wouldn't mind a little bit of zigzag out here. The cup and handle pattern is still intact. We are going to have a resistance at 78.06 today. So let me mark these as red, and then let us look at where is it, Genomics. In Genomics, we have got Prime, which is down 0.95% in pre-market trades. It will definitely get support at 3.87 this morning. And if you look at Intelia is down 0.75% in pre-market trade. It will get support at around 9.09. Which is the support that we have here based on the neckline for the head and shoulder. And then let us look at Caribou Biosciences, which is flat at this point of time in pre-market trades. It's going to get very strong support at 1.84, which is the diagonal line and the horizontal line together working as a support. And if you look at Beam Therapeutics, it's down 1.13%. Cup and handle pattern still intact. I'm looking at possibility of a bounce back again from here, and we still are looking at a target of 30.75. Altimmune, let me see what's happening with Altimmune here. Altimmune is up 0.18% in pre-market trades, and we have some support this morning at 5.51. We are at 5.53 right now. I hope the support holds. It's not a confirmed support, so the chances of it holding is very less. So if it breaks down from that, then the next support is going to be 5.31. Let's go on to Editas. Editas is flat in pre-market trades. It's trying to consolidate above this support. I like the way it is doing it. Hopefully we get a candle which still remains above the support today. And after 4 days of support, I would be very happy to see it break out on the upside. So that's what I'm looking for. Then we have Illumina. If you look at Illumina, Illumina is down 0.05% as of yesterday. But if you look at it this morning, again, I would say that we are still looking at the bull flag, and we are still looking at a support somewhere around 121.18. Let us see if we can get more green flags and start marching towards this target of 152.01. Illumina is a good company. Fundamentals are pretty sound. We'll see what happens this morning. CRSP Therapeutics is down 0.46% in pre-market trades. It will get support at 56.36. It's crucial for it to break the resistance of 58.29, which held it back for the last 3 business days. So here is hoping for us to test that again today. Next, let's look at Allogene. Allogene is up 0.70% in pre-market trade, but we have a huge topping tail out here that doesn't inspire much confidence. So I'd say our support is at 1.35. And then let's go to Grail. Grail is up 0.01% in pre-market trades. I'm just going to pull this forward. And this gives us support today at somewhere around, I would say, 90.87. That's the support for today for Grail. And let's go to PACB. PACB has got no trades pre-market. It's kind of consolidating out here. It will get a support at 2.31 today. And next, let's go on to ARCG. ARCG is going to get some kind of a resistance out here at around 31.15. Let me mark that red. 31.15 was never confirmed as a support after the breakout, so it broke down on the lower side. And at this point of time, I think our next support is going to be 29.83, and our resistance is going to be 31.18. Next, let's look at Vertex, which is flat in pre-market trades, but I think it will get support today at 433.33. After that, I would like to look at Ginkgo Bioworks, which is up 1.36% in pre-market trades. And I would be happy if today it manages to end up above 5.0 sorry, 9.57. That's the resistance I'm looking at for Ginkgo Bioworks today. We still have the cup and handle pattern viable, but we need to break out above, and the support has to be confirmed. We have not yet confirmed the support, so I'm looking forward to the confirmation of the support as the first milestone out here. Precision has got no trades pre-market, but it has already broken down below the line of support of 3.65. I'm going to mark this as a resistance. Let me take this and mark it as a resistance, and we'll see what happens today. Right now, it's looking bearish. Eli Lilly has got a regression channel which says that we're going to get some amount of support today, somewhere around, I would say, 970.06. Let us see what the market does when it opens. Pre-market indicates a gain of 0.41%. That said, this is a series of bearishness that's going to meet a bullish trend line. So hopefully it bounces off from there. We'll see what happens later on. Next one is Ultragenics. It's up 0.39% in pre-market trades, but I'm disappointed. It looks bearish to me at this point of time. So that's all I have to talk about out here. And then I would like to go to currencies and look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin will struggle and try to move along with the index, but in the past it has done a little bit different. And at this point of time in our support section, we are seeing a support somewhere around 87,484. That's our support, and the resistance at 91,820.80 is acting as a temporary support right now, but we can easily break down below that because it's not a confirmed support. So for today, I'm going to observe the support line of 87,541.11, and I'm hoping that we can convert the support at 91,753.40 into a support. So that's all for today, my friends, and let me go and have a look at team. Team could be in genomics. No, let me look at AI. I'm looking at team for one of our subscribers who usually asks about it. So when I look at team, I think it's made one more positive move yesterday, and today it's down again 0.04%. 0.04% is not much to write home about. So it's definitely recovering. Maybe the bullish catalyst story may play out. So that's all I got for this session today, my friends. And I wish you a very nice day at the market. And hope you all are up with your Christmas shopping and wish list and everything. All the very best. About the Santa Claus rally, I'm not sure it's going to happen this year, but I may be wrong. I've been wrong before. As far as my position is concerned, I'm mostly in cash and shorts. That's my situation. Take care. Have a great day. Hot dog, thanks for joining. Bye for now.